Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you how to carry on Teemo Jungle, particularly in the early game. We've done a lot of Dark Harvest Teemo Jungle because it has great scaling and great burst. However, Dark Harvest Teemo ganks are pretty bad, and Dark Harvest Teemo solo potential early game is really bad. Instead, Press the Attack or Hell Blitz is much stronger for getting the early game rolling. And in the late game, it's really not that much worse than Dark Harvest. So we have Press the Attack, Triumph, Alacrity with Last Stand, Conditioning Overgrowth with Attack Speed, AD, and Armor. You can definitely go for Coup de Grace, you don't need Last Stand. For our build, we're going to be looking to go for a Rift Maker after Nashers. Rift Maker gives you a lot of healing. That's part of the reason why we have Last Stand, is for that extra damage. You want to get to your camp a little bit on the early side, that way you can go invisible. Give yourself a lot of extra attack speed. For those of you wondering why Teemo Jungle, his blind lasts 2 times as long against monsters, and his E has a bunch of bonus damage against monsters as well, 150% bonus damage. We're going to be looking to do Krugs here. Teemo's full clear isn't bad, but you do normally want to skip Raptors. The big drop's not even going to be able to auto us. He's still going to be blinded. The big one shouldn't be able to hit you a single time. Now we want to spread out our autos a little bit. When you do take Krugs, it is more ideal to have Smite, but even if you don't have it, your blind's so strong that Teemo Jungle farms extremely healthy because of it. It's a 4-second blind against monsters at level 1, which is pretty good. We are going to go ahead and skip our Raptors. Taking these pre-level 3, pre-level 6 is kind of annoying, especially without any kind of attack speed. If you're really fed, you can rush down Berserkers like a Kindred or a Twitch Jungle would do. Otherwise, you're best off getting as much of your Nashers as possible. Auto Q. We're going to put a red buff auto on each of them. It applies our poison and jungle item burn. Just like so. We're going to pull it out towards our next camp. You want to get into the habit of moving in between every auto on ranged and melee champions. It's a really bad habit to just stand still. I'm actually going to get another point in my E. Since your E has essentially 50% bonus damage against monsters, every point you get into it helps you out a lot. Auto into Q. And we should be able to 5 camp clear around 315. It's going to be really close to it. It's about, so with leash, 317 5 camp clear. And we're full HP. We can fight most champions for the Scuttle since we're ranged. The hardest jungler to go up against would be something that could just constantly close distance, like a Pantheon with his jump, Diana with her jump, and Gragas. Diana, Gragas, Pantheon, Nunu, and Nocturne. We'll play for opposite side Scuttle. Now that we have our W, we can get around the map a lot faster, an extra 33 movement speed out of combat, as long as we haven't get hit by an enemy champion. We'll play for double Scuttle here. Never mind, enemy bot lane shoving up. We'll pop Ghost. Flash is good on Teemo Jungle. Ghost is a little bit better, though. I think Ghost is kind of overtuned right now. Teammates are scaring them away a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and Ghost for this auto attack Q reset. Really needed Braum to just hit him with a Q first and not jump to me. He got us both stunned. That's all right. Ghost was a little bit wasted there. We did get the Bard flash though. Blind doesn't even scrape shield on Scuttle, so there's really no point to rushing that. The second you hit a bush, you start to go invisible, and if you're in a bush, you can move without revealing yourself. A little confused. Where did Kane go? Guess I'll just reset then. Not really sure where Kane ended up. He's over on his Gromp. Top lane looks fairly gankable. We'll go ahead, grab boots, a Dark Sill, and a bit of attack speed with a control ward. We'll use W out of base for a little bit of extra movement speed. It's still, you get the passive even when the active's on cooldown. I think it didn't used to be like that a long time ago. Pretty sure he used to lose it when it was on cooldown. More abilities used to work like that. Shaco E still does. When Shaco E's on cooldown, his auto attack's no longer slow. How Teemo W used to be. When he was on cooldown, he lost the passive movement speed. Top lane was looking really gankable. Wanted to path into that. At the moment, nothing really looks gankable. Auto attack Q. Your Q has a little bit more range than your auto, so typically you use it last. Especially when people are trying to get away from you. If they're trying to kill you, you'll use it whenever it makes sense to. So once they're about to start hitting you with their autos, then you would want to use your blind dart. If they're trying to get away, you use it last because you can no longer reach them with your autos. AP Shaco top, not a big fan of the pick. Perhaps he could bait Rengar here. Get him with our blind dart. Didn't want him to kill the Shaco. We don't want to steal these last hits. We want to set them up for him. He needs to reset and spend his gold. So, yeah. We'll help him with a plate. He really does need to back, though. Might be able to kill Rengar in between his turrets. Feels a little forced, though. Get the attack speed bonus from passive. It gets a lot higher per level. Starts out at 20%, gets all the way up to 80%. Which is quite a bit. Quite a bit. Yeah, Rengar's here. I don't want to deal with him. I'm going to go ahead and just leave. Once you get your mushrooms, you can kite people out a lot harder. It's a better version of Caitlyn Trap. It's AoE damage, a whole lot of slows, and it reveals, I believe. Yeah, enemies are revealed for the same duration. Very nice. She's full HP here. We're going to W into her. Double auto, triple auto into Q. We got to press the attack off. We'll look to take red buff. We should still be hitting a pre 7 minute. I guess I don't know if 7 minute 30, but we'll be hitting a pre 8 minute level 6 at least. We haven't soaked that many minions, so it's not too shabby. Bit of a slow game so far. Both teams only have 2 kills. Look for Krugs next. Unless we can cut Bard off. I think we actually can because we have plant. All right, level 6, 7 minute 33. Not bad. That's solid. Teemo's not the fastest clearing jungler in the game. Doing a 5 camp with leash around 3. Is he over here? I'm gonna smite that down. I'm gonna ghost for this. He's gonna probably, he should have queued over the wall. Hey, Braum, I need you to land that, big boy. Oh well, he tried. I know Kiana's coming, so this is gonna be bad. Alright, we'll just leave. I'm not sure where she went. She went like the long way. Maybe she wasn't as close as I thought. Really do need Braum to land his Q. There it is. Alright, it's time for Bard. Auto attack Q reset. Down he goes. We get the kill. Very cool. Dragon isn't a bad option here. My smite's on cooldown though, so I don't know. I kind of want to stick around till I can afford my Nash. We have Dark Sill, so over lingering on the map isn't too bad. As long as we're not low HP and we're not going to get ourselves killed. I don't really want to stay for the whole camp. I just want to kill it. Get it respawning in at a higher level. You don't really need your shrooms to help you take your camps. They're more useful to use as wards and to use them to kite around like a Caitlyn Trap. Before Teemo Jungle was buffed, like a year ago, he used to have to use his mushrooms because his E didn't used to do bonus damage. So his mushrooms used to really speed things up quite a bit. His mushrooms don't do bonus damage against monsters though, so it's kind of like a worse version of your E. Barely speeds the camp up and you're wasting a really useful ability. Like we can lay one right there in that bush. Someone comes up, we can deal with them. We'll put an auto on both of these. I wouldn't recommend taking camps at the same time on Teemo. Unless you're at least level 6. Otherwise you'll take too much damage. And we took them same time. Jungle item burn. Poison burn. Go ahead and smite this. Without smite, it takes forever on scuttles on Teemo, especially pre-Nash. Forget if he'd taken his red, so we'll go ahead and check it real quick. Alright, it's usually good to hold one mushroom on you so you can kite people out. He's on it right now. I want to get my attack speed bonus from passive, so we go invisible first, then we'll pop over. We'll W for the movement speed. Auto Q reset. We get the kill. That's perfect. Turned out really, really well. Having that extra attack speed popping over was was too spicy. This is not an easy matchup for Kayn. The best way Kayn could have played this would have been by being really aggressive and trying to farm my camps early. Like solo starting on my wolves or solo starting on my raptors would have made the game challenging. In terms of ganking and soloing, we are definitely stronger than Kayn in the early game because we have the ranged autos. We can get better use out of our red buff. Auto attack Q reset. Give me that Q reset. There we go. Stacking up the kills. It's looking like we should go for dragon here. Go ahead and get a mushroom down in some neutral areas. You don't want to lay it to where it's overlapping too heavily on the wall because you need to consider the fact that champions have hitboxes that are bigger than a single pixel. So if they can't wedge themselves between the wall and your mushroom, then it's a good mushroom. Get another one over there. I don't even really want to smite it. Having blue smite's really useful. Go ahead and W for this. We need to get there soon. He's got nowhere to go. We're faster than him. We're moving 390 tier 1 boots. That's faster than most champs with tier 2s. Auto attack Q reset. Down he goes. Since most champions don't take press the attack anymore, it's actually really useful because it lets you and your teammates do bonus damage while it's applied. It makes them take 10% damage from all sources. Got to get some mushrooms down here. These guys are playing aggressive. Bard's going to try to portal them out. We'll pop W and Ghost for this. Got her with Blue Smite. She's going to get stunned. Auto attack Q reset. Down she goes. I'll follow this. Tank a little bit, walk out. And we were still on the Ghost extension, so we're moving incredibly fast. That's how we were able to chase that down so hard. Ghost is actually such a funny summoner spell. It's a 1.5 minutes shorter cooldown than Flash. And in most situations, it's better than Flash. He's dead. Got him with Blue Smite. I'll save Blind. Auto attack Blind. Very nice. Since he was still well within my auto attack range, there's no reason to blind early, especially since he wasn't fighting back. We might as well save our blind as a longer ranged tool. We see Kayn's top side right now. We'll nab the blue buff. Bard is swinging around here. He ran into one of my mushrooms. He doesn't know I'm here, most likely. Got the triple autos. I have the blind Rengar. I probably should have just taken the portal sooner there. That was my mistake. We're sitting on 10k gold. We should have backed a while ago. Might as well back now. Definitely overstaying. Since they're not fed, we weren't punished too hard for it, though. For your boot options on Teemo, usually Berserks or Sorks. Their team is incredibly AD heavy, though. I kind of prefer plated. I'll go Sorks, though. Sorks aren't bad here. And second item rush, we'll go for the Rift Maker. We'll chill on 10 stack Dark, so we don't have to rush Medj. Their team has a lot of burst to it. It's going to be easy for us to lose our stacks. Shaco chilling around topside, doesn't have much CS. That's the problem with playing AP Shaco top. He missed so many minions. He has no tools to really farm with. Shaco's been over nerfed. He can't do anything but jungle, pretty much. Shaco support's super poopy. Our auto's absolutely chunked now, getting an extra 58 damage on hit from Nash, not including his 100 AP, 50% attack speed. It's a giga damage style item. 3,000 gold. We can solo Rengar even though he's 2 levels up on us. He took Electrocute. If we get off a good blind, then he's toasted. He should have really nowhere to go here. I don't know where he is. Got him with our blind. I guess I didn't blind him soon enough. He got off a full Electrocute. He had the drop on us. We got it. He's also 2 levels up. It's part of it. It's kind of scary. Blind now lasts 2.5 seconds. It goes all the way up to 3. I think it's a bit long. The 3-second blind is kind of brutal. But AD carry doesn't have tenacity. They practically lose the fight by default. 3-second blind on an AD carry might as well be a 3-second knockup. We don't want to steal the last hits, just help her push. Get some shrooms down. Don't last as long as I would like. Got on with blue smite, use shroom to ward. Auto attack Q reset, down he goes. I think his E was on cooldown, and he only has tier 1 boots, so he was ridiculously slow there from our red buff. Plus, Teemo's incredibly fast if he hasn't been damaged by a champion or turret within the last 5 seconds. 10% extra movement speed. I'm waiting for his oracles to end. Yeah, I didn't quite get it there. Oh, caught me right out of my blind. It's unfortunate. I think we get dragon off this. Super, super low. We're not actually chasing him here. There's no way to catch back up. Gonna shove the wave and look for a dragon. Rengar's dead. They don't have anyone to contest this at the moment. We'll go straight for it. I'll use our W to get there a little bit quicker. 443 instead of 413. It's usually more useful to look at your actual stats than it is to look at your runes. You only look at your runes periodically, in my opinion, just to see what's giving value and what isn't. So far, press attack has been giving the highest value. There we go. Now we have a level 2 R. We can chunk. One mushroom does 444 damage. Pretty solid. You can go double max health burn items on Teemo with Leandries and Demonic. I wouldn't recommend it though unless they have tanks. If they don't have tanks, the max health is only doing so much to where you'd be better off with flat damage or just more EP. The double max health burn build plays best with Dark Harvest for massive shroom nukes. Attack Q. Oh, he flash. I think he dies there. Oh, he had heal. We got his flash and heal with Ghost. Ghost is my favorite. Did I mention that Ghost is a 1.5 shorter cooldown than flash? Oh yeah, that's right, it is. Bard's about to walk into me. Hey Bard. Good shroom right there. Give a solid amount of vision. Makes it really hard for people to hide in bushes on you. You can toss a mushroom from super far away. Per level you get into your ultimate, it gives you much more range on your R, and you can also bounce it farther. See if his red buff's up. I don't remember seeing him with it. Oh wow, he does have it. Let's get invisibility for the attack speed. It is 60% for 5 seconds. It's super, super high. They're all running away. They don't want to fight us. Got her with Blue Smite. Auto attack Q reset. Down she goes. Then we can heal off these through our jungle item. It's like 10% Omnivamp versus monsters, I think. It's 10 or 7. Yeah, it's 7%. Still pretty high. Absolutely shredding. We'll go ahead and leave one right there at the gate. I don't want to die, so I'm not going to go in there. There's no point. The risk is so high, the reward is so low. So we're going to stay on the outside here. Auto attack Q. Just did over half his health with 3 or 4 autos and a Q. When you lay your mushrooms, unless you're trying to stop their waste from them ending the game, you want to lay them out of the way of the main line of minions. Otherwise, the minions will pop all your mushrooms and you often won't get the value you're seeking against enemy champions. That's why Teemo oftentimes has most damage dealt against enemy champions, even if he hasn't been helping very much. This game, we've certainly been helping a lot, but even if Teemo hasn't been, just a couple of mushrooms pads his damage dealt to enemy champions so much. Mushrooms on a cooldown here. Can't quite reach anybody. There's nobody to get to. I can't get over the wall. My whole team can apparently, but not me. They all have jumps and I don't. Feels bad. Goodbye, Kiana. Auto attack Q reset. Bard is fairly quick. It hurts. Turret did nearly 500 damage with one shot there because we heated it up. Consecutive shots do, it's like 20 or 30% more damage. per hit up to 200-ish extra damage. So where you're getting hit by basically 2 turrets. And armor's so valuable versus turret damage. Turret damage is all physical. This area is shroomed up pretty tight. We could have a better spread than this. The tighter it is, the more shrooms they break with a single oracle lens, which is definitely not what you want. You want to avoid breaking all your mushrooms with 1 oracles. Glad I didn't try to take my blue. Even though blue is quite good on Zed, it's better on Teemo. Teemo derives a lot of value out of having infinite mana through his mushroom spam. They did make his mushrooms cheaper though. Made him 20-ish mana cheaper at each level, I believe. Yeah, they get all the way down to 35 mana. Good grief. That is so inexpensive. Auto attacking a Q reset. Oh, you can't auto me. Oh no. We have so many levels up on her. She's dead. She can't even auto me. She's blinded for 3 seconds. We haven't even spent our gold, but we're incredibly strong. Auto attack Q reset. Down you go. And that is GG's, my friends. Ghost Teemo Jungle for hyper tempo. Auto attack Q reset. Down he goes. Get down some mushies. Don't want this guy to be able to leave fountain. Yeah, he's not gonna let us kill him. He's playing really safe. And she didn't die. Hopefully he runs into a mushroom. Auto attack Q reset. Should have probably queued sooner. Didn't realize he was gonna actually kill her there. Down he goes. Got some red buff autos on that guy. Auto attack Q reset. Blue smite. Move in between every auto. Activate W. We need to auto Q reset. He can't auto. And I kind of want to spend my gold so you guys can see my build. I'll try to. It is the goal. Oh, that's disgusting. He's not actually going to let us back. I want to show you guys what you'd actually build here. We're going to get Riftmaker into Demonic. You can even go for Morello if you really need it. Morello's not bad. Go Riftmaker, Demonic. Since we have some Dark Steel stacks, Mej would be the next item here. And then this is pretty much full build. It'll just be Rabadon into Mej. If you need to, you can get rid of the Rabadon to go for Void Staff. Rengar's just inting now. He's ready for the game to be over. Let's go end it. Super, super strong. 400 AP, a bunch of attacks. Beat a lot of on hit from press the attack. Bonus damage 2k. TV perspective, her electrocute's done 185. Zed's, he's quite fed. He's only done 1249. Mine has done more than double Zed's keystone. Tell you, press the attack is really valuable to have if your team doesn't already have one. Oh, she's gonna run. Bruh, she ran right through that mushroom. What the heck? Come on, Kane. Let me have it. Red Kane is not good for fighting Teemo, by the way. Teemo is way too fast for Red Kane. And he dies inside. Very cool. It's the power of poison. Getting Giga stunned over here. Bard won't step up. Let's go ahead and end it. We'll do a part 2 because this one was so short. I will see you guys there. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of Maximum Carry, Maximum Tempo Teemo Jungle with some Ghost Press the Attack action. Up against a Trundle this game. I think this is actually quite an easy matchup as long as I don't just straight up walk into him. By the time he gets to us, we'll hit him with 3 to 5 autos. And then by the time he does get to us, he'll be blinded for 2 seconds minimum. So gonna be a hard matchup for him. We're gonna start our recall around 49-second to 50-second mark. Most champions, you can wait till the 55-second mark to start your recall, but on Teemo, you really want to get to your first camp a little bit early to do your passive. You need to stand still for at least 1.5 seconds, or if you enter a bush, the 1.5 seconds will start immediately when you enter. So it's easy to do it when you enter in bushes. can also move around if you're in a bush. Imagine if Teemo could move around while invisible, even if he wasn't in a bush. That would be fantastic. We're going to get here nice and early. We have double range champ, so we should be able to kite this out quite well. We don't have to just stand still and tank for a melee support. I wish Yuumi players would not do that, though. I'd rather them just auto it, because I don't need the extra HP and shields. If they were to just auto it, it would make it go faster, which is what I really care about. Plus, it would die faster, so I'd be taking less autos anyways. So it's basically the same thing, except you finish faster. You don't finish with any more HP, since it takes longer to actually complete. Auto attack Q. And then we kite it out. Once again, you don't really want to take Raptors too early in the game. I would go bot lane, but Yuumi's pretty useless early on. If I had a real support like Ashe, that sounds funny, but if I had a real support like Ashe Leona or Karma, I would go gank this since they're pushed up so far. I would be able to kill them both, but with Yuumi, at the time, this just didn't look touchable, but in hindsight, probably could touch it a little bit. Hit it with an auto attack Q. Spread our autos onto each one. Very nice. And down they go. We'll be level 3, then we can move on to our blue and Gromp. I'm going to go for the second point E again. Having a point W is nice, but it does slow your clear down. And it's only so useful compared to having more damage on your E, since your E has extra damage against monsters. It's nice being able to farm full HP on Teemo pretty effortlessly. Looks like we're going to do another like 316, 317 on Teemo. 5 camp clear, not too bad. We have Ghost ready for the Kench. I don't think we can stop his dash with Shaco, so I don't know if it's really even worth ganking unless his dash is on a cooldown or he'll just get away. Trundle should be here shortly. I need to hurry up and take this. Guess we'll push for double scuttle. I don't want to gank for Shaco top. Shaco top's not my favorite. I don't know how I get Shaco top 2 games in a row. It's just, I guess it happens when you pick something off meta. Then your teammates want to show you how it feels, I guess. Trundle has no buffs. They already faded. Maybe he didn't take a certain buff yet. So I still have my blue buff. Maybe he rushed a buff and cleared accordingly. I don't want Karma to see me. She did just ward, but doesn't mean she needs to see me. Now we get to move around at 33 movement speed faster. His Gromp just spawned in. Very nice. And it is still blinded. Hasn't even touched us. First auto we taken, and then we blinded again. I'm not going to bother smiting. I kind of want to take his wolves. We should be able to. We'll kite towards his blast cone. I'll go ahead and leave one wolf here. Might as well. That way the camp doesn't reset. And then we'll look to gank bot. They're shoving up farther and farther. Karma's super low. I'm going to ghost for this. This is just too juicy. Let me get vision. Oh, that is tragic. That is so tragic. Oh, well. It is what it is. We get to leech some XP at least. We'll go grab our Gromp, clear top to bot. I don't think Trundle's going to be in our jungle yet. There he is. We'll go for Berserk Rush this game. I want to get over there fast, and we're going to run this map. Berserk Rush is better than Sork Rush on Teemo because Berserks give you a lot of attack speed, which is way more helpful for clearing your camps than a tiny bit of magic penetration. Only the large monsters in each camp have any magic resist or armor, and it is not very much. So the attack speed on Berserks is 10 times more useful than the flat pen on the Sork shoes. Gonna block off the big one with the medium one, and we'll kite it back in. The big one didn't hit us a single time, and we did not have smite up to assist us there. Another point in our E. Taking Krugs and Raptors is not very efficient on this champ. Is what it is. We can do Raptors now that we have some attack speed though, and they're only level 1. It's doable. I guess we're going to be full clearing here. There's nothing to gank. Bot lane's somewhat diveable. It's best to do that with tank supports, not with Yumis. Kench is full HP. Shaco is not. I don't want to gank for him. I'll only gank if it's a counter gank and I'm going to get a kill. Never gank in League of Legends and solo queue if you're not going to get a kill out of it and you're confident you're going to get a kill. If you're showing yourself on the map and you don't really get anything out of it, it is a colossal mistake because the enemies get so much information and you can be easily punished by the enemy jungler pushing into your jungle and taking camps. We're almost level 6. Maybe this will work. I don't know. Get him with a blind dart. Is it gonna blind him? Or I mean, is he gonna get feared? Auto attack Q reset. That was solid. Box him. Shaco was really greedy for Kench to engage there, because all Shaco has to do is put a box down right when Kench dashes to it. I'm gonna reset. We're missing a lot of health. I don't know where their jungler is, and I want to get to my red buff. Blue isn't up for another 35, so like I said, might as well reset here. We'll look for the recurve bow. We'll grab control word and W out of base. Looks like that is top side. Karma's still bot lane. From what I've observed so far, Trundle's probably their weakest player or weaker player. And their bot lane plays very aggressive. Oh yeah, he's on it right now. I'm gonna get a defensive shroom down. That's what he gets for invading me. Goodbye, Trundle. I don't know if he even... His red must be up if... I already laid a control word, so I don't want to lay my other one. Yeah, his red's up. I don't know why I even went over here. Because I have red and blue buff, so and he didn't take my blue. That was really bad thought process on my part. Go ahead and pop W. I'm not going to be able to reach him with my autos. He's moving so fast. I want to kill a Trundle on his red. He's only level 5. He doesn't have proper items. He has no boots. He's going to be particularly slow. I could have smited my own red if I did it fast enough. Auto attack Q reset. Got our W on. Auto attack, get my stream behind him. He's got nowhere to go. Down he goes. Very nice. Get another shroom down. You generally want to keep one on you at all times. I know where everyone is on the map though, so I would just like to get that placement to cut off Zed here. Having all this attack speed feels so good. I actually do prefer Berserks over Sork, so it lets you play it way more aggro on Teemo. Auto attack Q reset. We're slowing him with our red buff autos, helping Shaco land his box. Auto attack Q reset. Yeah, Shaco just can't put out that much damage is the thing. Shaco damage is so incredibly low. I mean, my damage wasn't crazy, but still, Shaco's damage was so low. So I don't like having AP Shakos on my team. If he was any other champion, like Irelia, Riven, Aatrox, Gangplank, that would have been a kill. Maybe even if he was a Vladimir. It's not usually ideal ganking for the same damage type as you are, so since we're AP, most of our damage is magic damage, and we're building ability power. And Shaco's doing the same thing. All Kench has to do is build magic resist, and he gets absurd value. Go ahead and pop our W, kite this out a little bit better. Kite from camp to camp. Get a little mushroom down. Oh, what's going on here? Are they having a big fight? Trundle's so far behind. It's gonna be hard for him to do anything. So the hardest thing about Trundle is if you fall behind early, clawing your way back into the game is really challenging if the enemies don't have a tank. We don't have a tank for him to R, so he can't even really get tanky. Trundle's traditional playstyles, he goes into the fight, he pops a pillar or whatever, pops his R on the tankiest person on the enemy team, and then he turns into the tankiest champion in the game, but he doesn't have that. So by the time he closes distance, me, Vex, and Kai'Sa are going to shred him super hard. On the downside, like, we don't have anyone to frontline properly, so we're going to have to get some really good mushrooms down. We're going to need some good mushrooms. Zed is missing a little bit of HP. Most likely going to get pinched here by the Trundle. They've had vision on me for a little bit. I don't want any of these last hits. I just want the wave dead. She missed that. She should just go for the plates. It forced Zed to stay. He can't go back and spend his gold now. Pop my ghost for this. Auto attack Q reset. We're on ghost, so we're moving really fast. Auto attack Q reset. Nice. If we didn't have ghost, I don't think we would have gotten the kill there. We got to hit him with so many autos. I needed to blind Trundle sooner. Vex would have lived a little bit longer with how ZR works. Almost got it. Not quite. I can't blind face check that. I'm really low on health. I should just reset. I didn't need one more auto. I didn't have the spacing. If he was slightly closer, we could have gone and pressed the attack off and finished him. Got full Nash. It's looking like a Riftmaker game. The downside of the Leandries is it leaves you really squishy. Against their team, though, I feel like we kind of need it. We could go Leandries into Demonic. Demonic makes you fairly tanky. Thing is, it's a Kench and a Trundle, so against double tank comp, double max health burn items, being the Leandries Demonic feels really nice. They also buffed it too. A couple patches back. Oh, Leandries and Demonic both stack. So if we all build it, it works well against them. They could be burned by 5 Leandries and 5 Demonics all at once. Just lose all of their HP. It's disgusting. They shouldn't have done that. They did. I just don't get the thought process of breaking the physics of the game. Ignite doesn't work that way, so why would you arbitrarily make those items work that way? There needs to be consistency is all I'm saying. If you're going to make that change, let Ignite stack. Let us all take Ignite and ignite someone down like the witch they are. Burned at the stake. I wonder if back then, whenever they burned a witch, if they ate the person afterwards. Because you know how food used to be kind of hard to get. They didn't have refrigeration. They didn't really have the whole agriculture thing down that well yet. Seemed like that would be a very convenient thing to do. That's what priests used to do of all varying religions. Whenever they'd... That was so dumb. Like, oh, we sacrificed this animal. Such a sacrifice. And then the religious people, the priests and whatnot, the higher-ups would get to eat it. It's not much of a sacrifice if you're still feasting on it now, is it? Bada boom. Down you go. Down you go, my friend. It's okay to take a turret shot or two as long as you don't die. Turrets are nothing to be afraid of as long as you have a logical reason for approaching. In this case, we have red buff burn on him, so we'll be moving faster. Plus, we're Teemo, so we're moving faster. And he's already missing a big chunk of health, so we might as well limit test that into the turrets. I already knew how it played out, so it wasn't a limit test for me, but if you haven't done that before, it would be a limit test for you. Just make sure when you're limit testing, there's a thought process behind it, and you're not just blindly running it. If you're blindly running and you're not running like the scenarios and the items and the levels and whatnot, then you're not really learning. At least latch on to 2 concepts, whether it be movement speed or item advantage. And it gets easier the more you do that. Kench is giga tanky. I'm gonna ghost for this. Auto attack Q reset. Yeah, sorry, Trundle. Look how fast we are. Holy smokes. Got destroyed. I'm gonna unmute him. This is hilarious. Heck, I'll unmute their whole team. I prefer to have my teammates muted over the enemies, 'cause sometimes the enemies say funny stuff, but generally with your own teammates, they're unintentionally making terrible calls and baiting you into it, and that's it. They quit. That's all they could take. That is GG's. We'll take a quick look at damage dealt, damage taken. Looking at damage dealt enemy champions, we had the most in the game. Looking at damage taken, we had the most on our team. And looking at runes, very, very high value for how short the game was. If you guys enjoyed this Teemo Jungle hyper carry guide, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to hack the algorithm. My name is Kingsticks. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.